So now that you've agreed the most pressing concerns affecting your stakeholders, you can move on confidently to message development. And there are 3 key theories to consider when you're in this stage. Number 1, I think identify 3 messages total per each audience. I think there's tons of evidence to demonstrate that people could only process 3 messages at any given time. You also want to make these messages incredibly concise, and ideally you want to be able to read and consume those 3 messages in 10 seconds or under. And finally, I think the rule of negative dominance. Research shows that people focus in on more negative messages than the positive ones. So you want to avoid negative words wherever possible and balance out every negative message with 3 positive things. So that really, in real terms, means you don't want to be using words like no, not, never, nothing, and none. So to sum up, 3 messages per stakeholder, able to read those messages in 10 seconds or less, and don't use any negative words. So with those above principles in mind, you can really start to focus in on your content and think about the kind of appropriate messages for your audience. You could be informing, trying to promote, you could be trying to inspire, or you might want to activate. And this will really depend on the audience, the stakeholder audience who you're talking to. For instance, stakeholders might be more interested in descriptor messages containing facts and data, like our growth rates beat the industry average, etc. Your customers, on the other hand, might be more open to hearing about benefit-driven messages. Use our service to, reduce employee churn. Your staff perhaps are more likely to respond better to inspirational messaging. We believe every employee is unique and capable of X and Y. And finally, your volunteers and community might be more interested in those motivational messages. Every organisation is going to be entirely different. Therefore, the type of message that you communicate needs to be completely different in your case. But regardless, those 4 categories of inform, promote, inspire or activate are always relevant and should remain unchanged. So once you've written down those 3 short, positive, clear messages and backed them up with really solid proof points to validate your work, you can then move on to the 5th step, which is going to be about building out the messaging matrix.